it happened, it went off radar, and they were like, it's in court. And I was about to sleep on Sunday night, and I got a call from one of our Vawulencers. He said, Saddam, you need to go and see what's happening online. No, I said, what's happening online? He said, please go. Uberfacts. I said, Uberfacts. I said, me, I know Uberfacts. So, but I know the Uberfacts, they used to drop facts, some facts that I have never seen in my life before. They cannot tell you how. Do you know how two jellyfishes? Do you know that two jellyfishes can spark up together and they'll bring electricity under the water? That kind of facts that you know that you have not thought of. I'm like, I know Uberfacts. I said, go to your handle. I went to Uberfacts. Hey, I now saw it too. These people did breaking news for us. I say breaking news, Uberfacts. Hey, I say breaking news, Uberfacts. I invested in that space. I invested on that. When I invested my money on that tweet, I invested it at 2,300 retweets and less than 10,000 impressions. And I said, I'm going to bed. I know by the time I rise up, my investment will have risen than Bitcoin. I was you're in the word of Portable, you have bloated. As I just saw that tweet, I was say, Tinubu don't bloated. Tinubu has bloated. I just say, make I go sleep. And I woke up in the morning, I was seeing millions of impressions. I was seeing the whole timeline on fire. I was, people were saying, emergency violence. They say, no. Let our other brothers and sisters cook this space. Let them cook him. We on Vawulence space, as we always do. We like bottom pot blessings. When they think the story is going, we will not come and give them bottom pots. We are going to come and restart it again. And I started seeing some crazy takes. Hey, God have mercy. Abado children. Hey, God. Ha! Your brother NC say he went and started doing Googling, because the moment Uberfacts started, the message to go and check who owns Uberfacts, who are the shareholders of Uberfacts. You start checking whether there's any Igbo name on it, whether there's any Nigerian on it, whether the person is an obedient before. Started checking, start digging. He almost found oil. He did not see any trace. He now say, Omo, Saddam, this one enter. Where this one come from? We are still talking of Uberfacts. They handle the only thing they promote is Igbo. Daily Loud. See the name self. Daily Loud. All kinds of Igbo for American they promote. Now them be Gen Z. Now them be handle of the latest crime scene in America, the latest gun shooting, the latest Igbo sales place. Now then they promote them. Daily Loud say no. It is still getting low. They cook it again. They started cooking again. I say, what the fuck is happening yesterday? And I was waiting to see whether one of these our big channels, one of these our useless media organizations, I was waiting peacefully, say, probably Shein, let me know if mother is named, Shein and Co will pick up this story. I was waiting to see whether the so-called the man that got from 33,000 followers, his 33,000 results in 2019 to 3,500 results in 2023. I was waiting to see his tweets. I was not diligently following all those naysayers, all those people that when they hear P2B, it seems P2B white, there is stain on it. They'll amplify it on Twitter. All those I'm sitting on the fence people. I started looking, waiting to check. I started checking the handles. Check this one, check that one. Started checking all the headlines, whether any of these our key men that have come out to say P2B's supporters, obedience are this, obedience are that. Started checking to see, okay, is it that this Uberfact news, it's only Obedience that saw it. Is our own algorithm different? Is it that the news came out and all the over 17 million people that have viewed that news today, they are all obedient? They are not. There's no. Wole Soyinka could not see that news. Kingsley Moghalu could not see that kind of news. Yellow Sowore could not see that kind of. Those people that are always quick to find ways to attack Peter, they could not see that news. I was like, is it? I had to delete my Twitter app and reinstall it to wonder whether probably it's my own app that is the one that's seen all that news, because all these naysayers, none of them saw those news. None of them could amplify the news. It is not their business. Then I came to the conclusion that, honestly speaking, if I had ever for once contemplated and say that we are fighting the good fight, yesterday and today is my full assurance that my people, we are on the very, 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 very right side of history. And we are fighting this battle alone. There is no news that has beaten or that is bigger. I will forgot to, our translators. I was trying to see if our translators are translating it. I start checking the people that normally they love translating. We have to translate this to this and send it to this place. Let them listen to it. Obedience. Hey! That time I come check translating, I come see say Obedience don translate to 667 different languages. I see the one I see today wey scatter my head now say Obedience translate to speaking in tongues. Obedience translate that thing to Seke Raba Bola Ahmed Tinubu drug dealer Raba Ibaro. Hey, na there I'm out today. Say hey God. I say wetin be this? There's no language on earth. I don't think there's any language that's in other sign languages. Obedient translated it to the languages that they can understand. Still, no post. Yellow Sowore, no post. All these fucking influencers, no post. Now only us use our hand. Post. People don't reply you. APC, I don't. Our life put the rest on the Uberfacts. APC has replied our message, our court case, because they had I think 6 more days to reply our court case. APC replied our court case. How? Have you seen it? Some people, something with Obedience that the moment anything comes on this boot camp, I think like we have Obedience and don't suffer. We don't suffer. So the default setting of every Obedient to respond to any issue is like it's traumatic for us. We're always this, hey God, wait, And I just heard about that, like whatever reply APC want to reply. I believe that whoever wants to be on APC side of the case is as dumb as APC people. I don't expect, there is no sensible person in APC first. So for you to be a lawyer for APC, first, you don't get sense. So I was like, okay, I'm going to wake up this morning. I'm going to do some little research. I'm going to see how can these people come and counter the fact that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a drug dealer? Or how can they counter that Bola Ahmed Tinubu gave us fake names, his certificate is fake, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not work in Deloitte as he claimed he did? Or how can they counter the fact that INEC did not follow their own electoral laws? Or how can they counter I was thinking of how can they counter this all our accusations, and I was thinking, I said, how? Otumba, can you hear me, please? All right. So I just wanted to be sure because it looks like, guys, let me say this one more time, please. People will know, please. So if it crashes, we're going to come back. So if you guys can hear me, please, I just want to see some sign or let me see some thumb. Okay, please. The space is massively under attack. I understand. Hey, God. Hey. All right, guys, please, the space under attack. But if it crashes, I know how to do it for this violent space. If it crashes a million times, we'll come back a million and one time. So, no fear, don't worry yourself. I know that they are attacking. Getting a whole lot of attack on the space right now. But let me jump back to issues, yeah? I saw this guy's petition. I hear say Uberfacts don't drop another one. Oh. Which kind cooking be this? So, and I went to Great Oracle's page and I saw how he just watered down the whole submission by these criminals. And I was like, yes, because I was expecting these guys to come out and say, no, Bola Tinubu did not smoke cocaine. It was his twin brother. Or Bola Tinubu did not change his age. It was his twin sister. Or, I was expecting it from that angle, but the angle they came from, and the worst part, not just even them alone, the angle INEC came from, I was like, my goodness. INEC are in fact telling the court to throw away Peter Obi's case. INEC said we should go to court. INEC followed APC to court. INEC took the side of APC and said, please, throw away Peter Obi's case away. Nigerians. And I now looked at Arise. I don't know if you guys saw that stuff on Arise TV, whereby INEC were saying, let me open that story real quick. INEC said, from the presidential election, INEC says the electronic correlation of results not mandatory. INEC insists it acted according to electoral law. This is an indication of the legal line of argument intent to canvass that transmission of results was not mandatory. Ladies and gentlemen, INEC, Yakubu Mahmood, that spent, I'm going to find some clips and play it up on this platform today. Yakubu Mahmood spent so many times, so many media chats telling Nigerians how this election was going to be free and fair, how election from Beavers results will be transmitted online, real time. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm going to find clip to remind you guys, because I understand one thing with our politicians is that they understand that we have short-term memory in Nigeria. We have very short-term memory. We forget so quick. So a man can come out today and say, I said this, and tomorrow say, don't be Nigerians. They go forget now. No, go court. Go to court. And because of how dumb they think we are, they can believe that anything will fly. Thank God I've seen that clip. Yes, I've seen that clip. I'm going to play that clip right now, guys. I'm going to play the clip of Yakubu Mahmood. Yakubu Mahmood telling Nigerians with his chest that we are going to transmit results live and direct. I'm going to play that clip before I yield the mic to my brothers Otumba and N6. Please, guys, as I said earlier on, this space is massively under attack. I don't understand. I cannot even see. If anybody's requesting for the mic, I cannot see any request. Otumba, can you see any request, please? N6, can you hear me, please? Can anybody hear me? I want to be speaking to myself. Okay, I'm being heard. Okay, please, can one or two people request the mic? Let me see whether it is possible for the mic to request. Is it me that everybody just... N6, can you see any... Guys, please, in case this space crashes, I promise we're going to come back as fast as possible. If I screenshot if I screenshot my screen now and show people now and I go run, my screen is just going zaga. My hand, my screen doesn't shake like Tinubu hand. It doesn't shake. I'm not seeing requests coming up, going up and down, fluctuating up and down like Nigerian network. All right, guys. I think people say they can hear me, so I'll keep speaking. If probably the space crash, we're going to come back real quick. Let me just jump into this. I don't know why Otumba cannot hear me. Otumba, you cannot. Otumba, are you there? Can you hear me? All right. If Otumba cannot hear me, I think let me just play that. Let me play this clip real quick. Then I think probably. Oh, people. Is this from? Is this from Elon Musk? Let me try and get some speakers and see if it's possible. People just jump in, they jump out. Abado boys, so waiting the sub. Mona, calm down. This place must so whether people like it or not. I don't understand what's wrong with people. I cannot even add anybody as speaker safe. Hey. Otuba say he keeps getting kicked off. Guys. All right, guys. I think we have to restart the space. I have to restart the space. I have to restart the space. I think I have to restart the space. Esses, what do you think? Restart. Platform. How? When I like I'm a ball. Guys, unfortunately, we have to start. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We don't come back. We don't come back. We don't come back. Yes. Let's see. Let's see whether it's better now. If guys, if you can hear me, please let me get some thumbs up, please. Let me know if Otuma, can you hear me, please? Otuma, I've sent you the mic. I don't know what's wrong. If you can. Okay. And you're running away. Please allow us to have this discussion to Agbado, please. All right, guys, please share the space, retweet the space. Let people know that we are back and we're up and we're running. I don't know what I hopefully hope hopefully I pray today. I pray this one goes on smoothly. I think I can act platform. So it is their own job. If you like, we can be our own boys on the platform. Now don't say we don't come to press on our neck. I've advised people leave the space. It's not compulsory. Leave the space. Please allow us to do our work. We came for church meeting. Allow this space to go on. About the people. One last time. Thank you. All right, guys, we are back on the program. Please share the space, retweet the space. I don't know if this is Twitter glitch. I think Elon Musk is acting up right now. I think this is Elon Musk, and this has nothing to do. I don't think this. If it happens, I know it's Elon Musk, because I think we have. I from my side, my back channel is cool. And Otumba, I don't know if you can hear me. Please speak up. Let me know you can hear me. If you cannot hear me, let me know. Jimmy, can you hear me, please? Jimmy, I can't hear you. Wait till this up now.
They try to allow you.
I can't hear you, Jimmy. I can't hear you, honestly.
They try talk. They don't allow me.
How?
See, okay, you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
You know, say I had to put my hand on the mic right now. My hand is stuck on the mic. If I come on hand, I don't go hear me again as I talk. So
That means it has to do with or is there a new update on Twitter I don't have?
Jesus. Right, let me. Okay, now I don't put hand now. I know if you're on mute again. I bet mute me, Biko.
You cannot mute or mute. You cannot mute.
I know if you mute again.
No, this one like Elon Musk. This one don't be. Abado never did sophisticated to this level. No, they never did level. They never get this kind of level. Now it should be Elon Musk. I don't know if anybody have been on any other space today. Why today we won't cook. Today we Uber won't cook and Uber won't cook now. They won't hold us.
Okay, let me step out and go to another space and see what's gonna happen.
Please check. I don't know if there's please if there's a new Twitter app, let me know if it's something I have to upload. I have to download real quick and come back. Otumba, can you speak? No, this one don't pass. This one don't pass. Be careful. Please, guys, if anybody has a solution or think there's something I'm not doing, I have to do, let me know. Okay. I think please let me just guys just give me a few minutes. Let me play some music. Be working on stuff on the background. I will fix this right now, please. Just give me a few minutes. Thank you guys. I think let me leave you guys with N6 song for the moment. All right. Many things where I don't see you. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see you. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. To listen to news and depression. If you get connection now oppression. We they pray to possess a possession. Yet the country they slave for recession. Many people come not to jump out. But to get one thing, I want us to know. Who go come fix our Niger? Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Everything in life like competition. Now the priest they meet us for confession. Holy Ghost I'm a proof for protection. And I just go fight all your progression. Many people come not to jump out. But to get one thing I want us to know. Who go come fix our Niger? Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many people plan not to jack down. Who go come fix our Niger? Who go come fix our Niger? Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. To listen to news and depression. If you get connection now oppression. We they pray to possess a possession. Yet the country they slave for recession. Many people come not to jump out. But to get one thing, I want us to know. Who go come fix our Niger? Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Everything in life like competition. Now the priest they meet us for confession. Holy Ghost I'm a proof for protection. And I just go fight all your progression. Many people plan not to jump out. But to get one thing I want us to know. Who go come fix our Niger? Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The
way many things for my country they go. Many things see they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many things where I don't see. The way many things for my country they go. Many things see they pain my soul. The way many people they suffer they go. Many people can never out. Who go come fix our Niger? Who go come fix our Niger?
Omo. I beg, make I see whether Otuma, can you speak now? Otuma, can you speak now? No. Oh yeah, wait. Let me play this. Let me play this short clip. I think from the clip. Let me make sure I fix this from the background, guys. Please, patience. You know when the church wants to be sweet like this, devil go enter. You go now come off gen. You go now come scatter electricity. Maybe say things go spoil. But this space is gonna be a very lovely space. I can smell it from inside. So please, guys, just be patient with me. Give me a few minutes. Let me work from behind the scene. But before then, listen to our uncle FFK in the 10-minute submission he made some months back. All right, guys, I'm back to you. I'm coming back. Okay, let's go. FFK, talk to us.
Women had their stomachs cut open, and little babies were pulled out, and their heads were dashed against the wall. That is what they did then. In 1966, before the Civil War, and the Igbos were slaughtered like flies all over the north by these same people. They were rushing back to the east, where they believed they were safe. And the position was this. The leader of the core northern Muslims within the army, Murtala Muhammad, urged Gawan, who was head of state, to march on the east immediately and wipe out the Igbos. Gawan, to his credit, refused to do that and said, no, let's negotiate.
Not this clip. I did not get this clip. This was him. Where's all that clip? He talked about elections. Oh my goodness, I did not get that clip. This was when he was flirting with the Igbos, with the IPOB. Actually, that was his speech at IPOB. I'm looking for his speech on elections, on Tinubu and elections. If I can't get that, I will have to play Yakubu Mahmoud's short submission. Let me play Yakubu Mahmoud's short submission, then I come back. I am working with Obu behind the scenes to try and see if we can sort this off. If not, we'll kick off the way we can. All right, let me play this. Okay.
To respond to, on this note, let me seize this opportunity to respond to a story emanating from a section of the media that the commission has decided to jettison. It should please be disregarded as fake news. The commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units. This innovation was introduced by the commission. The commission cannot turn around and undermine itself. So this technology has come to stay. We'll upload polling unit level results from the polling unit. Citizens will have the right to view these results. After all, who are we serving? The citizens. How can we deprive citizens from access to the results of the process conducted by them at the level of polling units? So I welcome you to the commission. I want to assure you and reassure you that the 2023 general election is going to be our best ever elections. We are committed, and that the votes cast by Nigerians will determine the outcome of elections. Nothing more, nothing less. On this note, let me seize this opportunity to respond.
Yeah, I can hear you here.
God, you be like, I don't already start my fire.
That the commission has decided to jettison the uploading of polling unit level results in real time on election day. It should please be disregarded as fake news. The commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units. This innovation was introduced by the Commission. The Commission cannot turn around and undermine itself. So this technology has come to stay. We'll upload polling unit level results from the polling unit. Citizens will have the right to view these results. After all, who are we serving? The citizens. How can we deprive citizens from access to the results of the process conducted by them at the level of polling units? So I welcome you to the Commission. I want to assure you and reassure you that the 2023 general election is going to be our best ever elections. We are committed, and that the votes cast by Nigerians will determine the outcome of elections. Nothing more, nothing less.
God go punish you, this man. Guys, I beg if you can hear me, let me know. Otuma, can you hear me now, please? Can you speak?
Yes, I can hear you. I can speak.
I can hear you.
Oh
Perfect. Perfect. Let's go.
Hey, Tinubu, take it easy. I just want to cook you small, please. Just small. People have been cooking easy yesterday. Let Vawulence please cook you small today, please. Children of the roasted corn. We are back, guys. Sorry for the sorry for this. Honestly, this one shocked me. This one shocked me. I am already shaking my hand. It don't start again. It don't start. It don't start again. Children of the roasted corn, leave my phone alone. Otumba, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
They say the likes they fluctuate up and down. Please, please. People don't make I won't give information. You evil spirited children, allow us to have this space in peace, please. Thank you. All right, guys, and welcome one more time to Vawulence Space. Sorry for what happened the last time. I don't know why I'm wound. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know whether it's from Elon Musk. I don't know whether it's from the children of the roasted corn. I don't even know where this one is from, but we are here. And if anything happens, we will continue to be here. You understand? Thank you. All right, let's jump back straight to the issue. I just played you guys a 1-minute clip because somebody sent me this stuff. My sister, she sent me. She said, "Salam, you have to look into this. We have to look into this." And I'm like, "Look into what?" She said, "Look at what INEC are saying in the court, that transmission of results was not mandatory." And I said this before I shut down the last page. I said that if there's something that over time our generation has always, we have proven that we are good at, is that we are good at forgetting things. And our leaders understand that very, very, very well. So they always play into that stuff. All right, now make we run am, then go forget. They understand that, them go forget. We always forget so quick. That is why Yakubu Mahmoud can go and stand in front of Chatham House. Can go to Chatham House and stand with his chest and tell the whole world that our elections is going to be transparent, that results will be uploaded real time. I played this tape. I don't know if people did not hear this tape, where he said it that, and I think this particular tape came out in November 2022. We held a space a day or two to when he came out and did this rebuttal. We had a space and we said INEC. We had a DP that was trending then. INEC is compromised. If you guys can remember, and on that space we said everything. We made it sure we went viral. It was trending, and they came out the next day with a rebuttal tweet with a message signed by Festus Okafor and Zifes Okoye. I don't even know that one's name. That just go out and lie anyhow. And Yakubu came out on his own to address the press, and he said this. Let us listen to this one more time, please. May not be like say that me they talk am. Yakubu, this is you.
To respond to a story emanating from a section of the media that the Commission has decided to jettison the uploading of polling unit level results in real time on election day. It should please be disregarded as fake news.
Fake news, Abi?
The Commission will upload polling unit level results, and citizens will have access to those results in real time as we upload to the polling units.
Okay.
This innovation was introduced by the Commission. The Commission cannot turn around and undermine itself.
Okay.
So this technology has come to stay. Will upload polling unit level results from the polling unit. Citizens will have the right to view these results. After all, who are we serving? The citizens. How can we deprive citizens from access to the results of the process conducted by them at the level of polling units?
Okay.
So I welcome you to the commission. I want to assure you and reassure you that the 2023 general election is going to be our best ever elections.
Nigerians, if there's one word I don't want to hear, and God, just as Peter Obi says, so once in a while, go use that word. If there's one word I know they won't hear again for my life now, assure you. But this bastard to his own father, and I said, I want to assure you and reassure you. It's not even assure, now he doesn't reassure us. As in, let us just go and sleep. Elections will be uploaded real time. Real freaking time. This Yahoo man, Yakubu. And I'm saying this because, guys, right now, if there's any man that understands how it means to wash his dirty linen in public, and he has paid contractors that will come out and wash his image, is Yakubu Mahmoud. He did the same thing in 2019. After conducting that sham of an election in 2019 and brought back Buhari, that election that APC lost, but he declared them winners. That moment, Yakubu was meant to drop. He was meant to drop everything about. He was meant to. In fact, that was after the election. He was meant to just drop and say he's no longer being the chairman of INEC. But what did he do? I say this all the time. We are the voice of Nigerians. The social media. The greatest thing that happened to Nigeria is that social media happened. Twitter happened, that we can speak. Nigerians can talk. Real Nigerians, not what they tell us in the media, not what Channel TV has been feeding us for decades, not what we buy on in newspaper, not what you can hear in newspaper stands. Nigerians can now speak and talk, and you hear them, and you listen. Yes. We came on social media and Nigerians were complaining that 2019 election was rigged. We don't understand what's happening. Yakubu Mahmoud paid some contractors. If you people can remember, there's one Mazi Buruburu. If you remember him on this Twitter, many of you know, say many obedient now this thing. Now Facebook, we call Twitter. For Facebook, we call Twitter. But for the old timers, you must know Mazi giveaway. Mazi giveaway. The man when they use giveaway, they use giveaway for Twitter. They get, if you just come, they just give 1 million. That was the contractor Yakubu Mahmoud contracted to come and wash his dirty linen and turn him to a saint on Twitter. Mazi came on Twitter and was preaching to Nigerians that it's not Yakubu Mahmoud's fault. There was no server. INEC had no server. Why before the elections, Mike Guinea had come, and I'm saying this because it's going to repeat itself right now. And I'm saying this for you guys to understand there is a precedence where they're coming from. Mikey Guinea was on TV, going from channel to channels. Mikey Guinea was one of the top recs then. And he was saying that we have a server, that every result is being transmitted in the server. As of 2019, Mazi came down here to tell us that there is no server. And it was that on no server that Atiku's case was wiped out on technicalities. And we were here screaming that there's server. People were screaming there's server. Mazi hired sets of influencers. I will call their names here for you because they are those same people are going to start the same thing. Odens, that one I still get sense. Odens and co. Were the ones that Mazi hired Bimbo Cash. He hired those people and some group DG and the rest, all those people. Hired all those people. And they came out and they were now saying, yes, so INEC had no server. And that was how that case was wiped out. I'm saying this right now because we have evidence now, right now. You can hear Yakubu Mahmoud's mouth saying it, that it shall be transmitted. But what they have taken to court right now is that it was not mandatory. It is not mandatory for INEC to transmit it. And I now look at, because I thank God, because obedience, you guys are just amazing. You guys are amazing. My brother Joel Obedience sent me a circular that was released on February 11th, November 2022, a press release from INEC. And in that press release, it was titled "Alleged Plot to Abandon the Transmission of Polling Unit Results to IREF Portal." And I read, "Our attention has been drawn to reports in a section of the media of alleged plans by the Commission to rig the 2023 general elections by abandoning the direct and real-time electronic upload of polling unit results to the INEC result viewing IREV portal by the registration area technical support staff, RACTEX. The claim is patently false. The Commission has repeatedly reassured Nigerians that it will transmit results directly from the polling unit, as we witnessed in Ekiti and Osun State governorship elections and the 103 more constituency where off-cycle governorship / FCT area council elections and by-elections were held since August 2020. The results can still be viewed on the portal. The IREF is one of the innovations introduced by the Commission to ensure the integrity and credibility of election results in Nigeria. It is therefore inconceivable that the Commission will turn around and undermine its own innovations. The public is advised to ignore the reports. The Bimodal Voters Accreditation System, BVAS, and IREV have come to stay for voters accreditation and uploading of polling units result in real time in Nigeria. Signed, Festus Okoye, Esquire and Inquire, National Commission and Chairman, Information Voters Education Commission. This later now, I go print them, send them to P2B. Make the guys later.
Chatham House to defend it also. Remember, you also went to Chatham House to say yes, to repeat the same statement you read.
My brother, you understand, Otumba? You understand? Because I'm saying this now because when this same set of demons, because Mazi, I know Mazi is no longer on Twitter. Mazi don't push him from Twitter. When he sent his minions to come out here and start telling people, please remember on this platform we told you guys, and you know, not that we told you guys, it is open record. Because this guy, they will see open record and lie to our faces that INEC said is not mandatory to upload results. And that's exactly what they did on February 25th. They uploaded House of Rep results and Senate results. It was going real time. But all of a sudden, hackers, the same server, hackers found a place that they could hack presidential side. They could not upload presidential. So you see how stupid these guys think that we are. Nigerians, please, wise up. All right, let me rush back because I heard Uber has dropped second version of the cooking. I don't know what they dropped to, but okay. Yesterday.
Did you see where someone said Uber, the taxi company, should make a disclaimer?
To my God, for me, please continue. Just continue, please.
Well, I'm just saying. So I saw a tweet that thing cracked me up, and the tweet is so true. So someone said Uber should make a disclaimer to Nigerian government so that they can separate Uber, the taxi company, from Uberfacts, because before you know that you wake up, Nigerian government will ban Uber, thinking it's Uber, the facts. And at first I laughed. But I thought about it, I was like, you know what? These guys are so dumb that they can actually do it. They will think it's actually Uber and releasing facts about them. Man, APC.
Otuma, you see these guys. You see these guys. Honestly speaking, I saw where our brother Akin say, you cannot be thinking right to believe as an APC supporter to believe that result in Rivers and this thing. I say, first of all, you cannot be putting thinking right and APC in the same sentence. You cannot support. You cannot. It is. These are two parallel lines. You cannot be thinking right and be an APC supporter. It's not possible. First, I was like, there is nothing that Otuma, I've seen takes that I should have, and I cry for the future of Nigeria. I cry for the future of Nigeria. It is intentional. It is very, very intentional why APC are making sure education dies in Nigeria. It is intentional. People don't understand this. They think it's just because they want to steal and loot educational funds. No. An uneducated generation is is a generation that you can manipulate anyhow you want them to be.
Even that APC, there's something, and I think Indian Archives conversation yesterday. To support APC, you have to suspend logic. So even if that's why you see all those people with PhDs and professors, and they're trying so hard to sell something, and it's not sellable. And they themselves, you can see the expression of their face when they're making those comments that they know, man, what I'm saying is stupid. You have to suspend logic to support APC, even if you're an intellectual. Because there's no way you can look at the country or look at things that's going on. There's a reason why they right now, I haven't seen any defense. I think they've accepted the fact that Bola Tinubu is a drug lord. Now I'm trying to see how else they want to spin it. But you are right. APC goes for education. There's a reason why almost any APC governed states, my brother, education suffers, and it's intentional. Because it's two things. So they just went and gathered everybody that was asking for giveaway on Twitter to be their followers. Same thing with education. It's like they just dredge the dumbest of not the dullest bulb in the room. Is what APC found as supporters. Both their followers, their leaders. I mean, the APC, what APC cannot destroy doesn't exist. Now, brother, continue.
Bro, so as in, I just stay and I wonder, the day I sat there and said, God, I had to question myself. I've given this story on this platform, but that was the day that I said, no. This thing is intentional. You will see adults that have a phone, that can access internet, that and let's just let me accept that you're a tribalist or you're a bigot. I can understand that you're supporting him for bigotry. But let's just say, no, Tinubu now, my brother. Tinubu, I can understand, okay, that I can understand that sentiment itself. But you cannot just be plain stupid. When I said I made that comment on Tunde Ednot page, I will always remind you of this comment. Or two that people, grown men were asking me, so now government will give you water. That was when I give up. If you see the men I was engaging, or as in grown men would say people's father they don't even know their basic, that this is what they call basic amenities. So, you dey complain, you dey craze, you dey mad. Now, so you don't get sense. So that government will give you water. I say, what? What? No wonder when this man put street lights, we they celebrate them. No wonder when they do small 1 kilometer of road, you go clap for them. No wonder person go steal una money, carry 24 billion naira, go buy 10 vans, 10 firefighting truck. APC people, they clap for him. He did not invent the truck. He did not buy it from, he did not go say, I source it, let me say, okay, let's even go to Nothing and buy it from me, Nothing. You spent over a billion naira per truck. And APC people were clapping for him that this is a working minister. This minister, you're working. Omo, I lost hope with these guys. So I do not pity these people anytime I see them. Whatever they're passing through. I saw one bishop posted one today, and the guy said his heart. The humanity in me was feeling pains for this guy, but everybody
on the zone, man.
Tumba, I swear, I don't go lie for you. I was thinking whether we have to be there. Let's just do fundraising for this guy. Let's help him. Let's take care of him. But I was not thinking on the second time. I say, well, hi, hi, no.
So APC, no try am.
Hi, APC is making us. APC is making me lose my humanity. Honestly. I heard our chief, the emperor, the conqueror, the emperor, the champion is here. Team Amanda Adichie is going to be on arrest TV any moment from now. So please, and so I think we are going to, for the next couple of minutes, once she's live, we'll go live and we'll stream her live. So we'll hear the emperor, the conqueror. Let us hear her live because she's the reason why we are celebrating. Otumba, do you see the difference? Do you see the power of the pen?
Yes, power of the pen. Power of influence, not paid influence, real influence.
Real influence. Real influence, bro. Real influence. So please, I beg anybody, who should be giving me updates. And once she starts speaking, we'll switch live to her and bring the conversation to everybody on the platform. Let people know. All right, guys, I think the space is now smooth. I don't see there's no more hiccups. Please, if you're up on the speaker section, when I raise hand up, I know that one they work, please. Please raise your hand up if you're in the speakers. If you're in church and you're in you're the front border of the church, please raise your hand up. Hands up, please. Hands up, please. If you're up as a speaker, please hands up, the father's blessing want to land now. Please hands up if you are up there. Apart from my ministering deacons, please, if you're up here, please let me see your hands up, please. Thank you. Okay, so people can hear me. So those that the hands are not up, that means they cannot hear us. So we'll drop them, for better. Please, okay, your hands are going up, so people can hear me. That's fine. So guys, we'll be opening up the space soon. Please let's reshare the space. Let's retweet the space. Let people know that we are back. Before the space crashed that time, we had over 1,000, close to 1,900 people, and we are now at 1,000. So guys, 900 of our people are not yet back, so they don't know that we are back. So please retweet the space, share the space. Make them know say Zombu, Eyiba, Eyi. We're about to go ham on these motherfuckers, man. So please share the space, retweet the space.
You see the idiot, one of the idiots that wrote the response, but could not even get the name right. Could not even get him Amanda's name right.
Who writes this response?
One professor, I can't remember the name. I've seen it. He wrote the response, but he couldn't even spell the name right.
Where you write that from? Who be this? Hey. Now you there, son. Please, meet your mic, please. No verse, please. Please, Odum, I don't know who he said wrote a response. I did not send any response, though.
There's one response. Please, if you have to send it to my DM. I think it was one professor that is actually.
That means the person is not important now.
It's not important, but I'm saying, like, even in the response, you can't even get the person's name right.
Yeah,
like,
it's not important. It's not important. Let's deal with important people. Important people are writing message. And it's just beginning, though. It's just beginning because we are going to do everything. CNN will carry that news. NBC will carry that news. Everybody, see, it is a worldwide something. And I'm saying this right now because we are going to take this a step further. For all people supporting Tinubu in diaspora, Otumba, I cannot be traveling through the airport and they'll be searching me. What we are doing right now, guys, again, let me just make this announcement. We're creating a website, a platform, whereby we are already compiling all the bigots, all those that supported violence, all those that perpetrated acts, either by your tweet, your Instagram post, your Facebook post. We're compiling everything. It's going to be in a website, so that we are going to. This generation is a generation that we will remember. We're not going to forget like our parents, because our parents' generation forgot so many things. Us, we carry them for mind. We will remind all of you of the roles you played. So we have a website that's coming up. Probably we're going to be launching it up probably this weekend or next week. So if you have informations, please. If you have pictures, you see all those Abado boys that keep tweeting nonsense. Please go and be munching it. For posterity's sake, munch and save. And as we're taking it a step further right now, that every supporter of Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, are the ones that they will be searching in airport. It is not me and you. We do not support a drug dealer as a president. We don't have a business with a drug dealer being our president. So therefore, I, as a diligent, obedient citizen, should not be searched in Nigerian airports or airports across the world. So we are also doing this thing, writing down the names of all these Abado supporters, all of them, Depot and the rest. We are putting their information and everything. We are sending it to all the drug agencies across the world. So for every airport they go to, they should be the ones being searched, because I am honestly suspecting that there is no how you can see all the evidence before your eyes. You know that Tinubu is a fucking criminal, a drug dealer, and you're supporting with your chest. It's either you're his customer or you're
a drug dealer also. You're also helping them to move drugs. So.
Thank you. Or you're moving. And I suspect because all these young boys, you could put their work, or you're laundering money for him. So they should be checking these guys. There is no reason why they should be working free. I should not be being stressed out as a Nigerian traveler. You start me like a fucking thief. Why buy the fucking thieves themselves and their children are working scot-free? The treatment you give these people should be different. So please, Go and compile. I'm saying this right now. Please, obedience on the platform. Compile all these supporters. Many of them say they don't travel. Now giveaway boys. Even those giveaway boys, compile them. So even if that Benin Republic, when they get to travel to, they will start them. They will start them in semi-border. The treatment for these people should be different. There should be consequences for bad behavior in this country. You cannot openly see a thief, a criminal, that we are saying that this one is not the one of saying we go formal. There's no propaganda here. There is no freaking propaganda here. It is reality. We are speaking reality. So if Tinubu, you want to support Tinubu, no wahala. But as long as you're supporting Tinubu as a drug dealer, I have every right as a citizen to make sure that the DEA, that the DAE or the FCDEA, whatever agency it is across the world, let them know that this person, sat in bag well, put out an engine on top in belly. If you say not swallow some kilos or some ounce, I don't know how they call it these days. But if people say this person, is a mover, please, this guy should not be comfortable in diaspora. In diaspora, they should be on the checklist. They should be on the watch list of all the drug agencies across the world. You cannot be supporting Bola Tinubu in America. You're either a drug dealer or you're a drug consumer. Either which way you deserve to be in jail. So please, guys, it is important. It is very, 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 very important we share this news out there. It is time to. This is the only thing we have. We don't have NTA. We don't have any. This is the only thing we have. We have social media. We should put it to maximum effect. Send these crazy men out of town. Take them out of town, please. Thank you. Otumba Zos, welcome to the platform. N6. I don't know whether this whether the last place as a rapture. MC don't follow rapture. That one goes well. So I don't know if he's gonna join us back. Please, guys, one more time. Share the space, retweet the space, let people know that the number one space on Twitter is up and running. And yes, I forgot. We are trending. Please, everybody on the platform now. 1K of you on the platform. Make tweet with Bola Tinubu is a drug dealer. Hashtag together. Let me make that tweet and post it on Jumbotron. Zos, Otuma, you guys can help me right now, please. Thank you. Let me make that tweet.
All right, my brother Saddam, Otumba, Jimmy. I bring you good tidings, my brothers and my sisters on the Vawulence space. My body's with me this past few days. Seeing the brand new reach that we have just achieved again is like a refresher. And the one that even sweet me past now when our Agbado of the roasted corn came out and said Uberfacts was paid. And they released a follow-up banger to let them know that nobody pays them to tweet their mind and tweet what they have decided to tweet. So these guys, these APC people, they are just fighting a war that is lost. I was reading their petition and they are saying Bola Tinubu forfeited the money on civil, that it was a civil case. And so many lawyers have argued and have made it clearly distinct that, look, this thing cannot be civil case. Even the court document states that it's a criminal case. So how do you want to argue that it's a civil case in Nigerian court of law? We are waiting patiently for those appeal court judges and the petition judges. We are waiting patiently for you people. You people must come correct this time around because we cannot continue this madness in this country and expect things to be better. That's why things have been failing and things are getting worse every day because they twist the truth, make it suit their narrative, and that's it. They determine the outcome of what should happen. And it's wrong. We're not going to take that nonsense anymore. Anyways, my Valencians, welcome to the Vawulence space again. It's a good day to be alive, to witness the sweetness, woto porously, now these people go collect this time around. Now I'm seeing Nigerian media trying to cover the news and trying to make write-ups about it, and I'm just laughing. All this while that we have been pushing these things, they pretended as if they were not hearing. They pretended as if they didn't see. And the interpret. Oh my gosh. Anyways, welcome to the Vawulence Space, guys.
So, which is why I never buy the fact that the reason why they are not talking is because they've been gagged. It doesn't make sense to me. So you sidestepped an issue, but because an international body has picked it up, now you have the balls to start writing about the issue. So you were not
They
gagged.
were not gagged.
You were
They
deliberately
were not gagged.
ignoring it.
They had
Yeah,
rotten roasted corn in their pockets. From their MDs to their editors to their writers, everybody, they had roasted corns. And they pretended as if they didn't see this story, this headline story. But thank God that our brothers and sisters on the opposite side of the aisle cannot go and burn our dear Chicago courts so that Jimmy can continue to extract the data. And I wish that we can have more. I wish we can have more investigation with regard to the other states that he has criminal proceedings on. I wish you can get more information about those states because I was reading a story that there were so many other states where he had different names and different cases. I wish all those can also come up.
I felt like some of them were either dropped for the federal case, the one in Illinois, because sometimes they combine cases together
Okay.
just to get things going. So yes, he has I know he has one there's one in Maryland also. There are a couple of charges because I keep saying he was a drug lord. He was a bag for a heroin cartel, and you can search. You can read about how the mafia operate or how cartels operate. They don't operate in just one state. It's multiple states committing multiple crimes. So typically, sometimes the feds might swoop in and just okay, let's get them for this case and let's go on. So that's what it is.
My brother, case that feds, IRS, DEA were involved. People are coming to tell us that it was a civil case. Even the main culprits, the Muiz Akonde and the other dude, they were convicted. In short, one of them was trying to even kill a policeman, was trying to kill a federal agent in the process of him being apprehended. To tell you the severity of the people that we are facing, we are not facing principalities, we are not facing powers, we are facing demons, we are facing the devil himself, that Lucifer.
And Zos, if you see, the trajectory of a man, you can see there are some things where a man, let's say this man is good at blackmailing. Okay, guys, please, I think let's join with Chimamanda right now. We'll come back on this conversation. I think she is live. Let's go, guys. Let people know that we're up and running, please.
Who has etched her name in history as an international best-selling author, ranking with the best of them across Africa and the world. Her books, including Purple Hibiscus, Half of a Yellow Sun, and Americana, have become masterpieces and have been read by millions. Much of her writing speaks powerfully about life in Nigeria, about the complex historical and cultural experience of growing up here, about love, hope, ethnic strife and national identity, and about a world beset by conflict. And now, in the wake of Nigeria's disputed 2023 presidential election, she's delivered what some have called a landmark article titled Nigeria's Hollow Democracy. It's an open letter to the US President Joe Biden, published by the Atlantic Daily, and in it she raises questions about Bola Tinubu's election victory and wonders why America is congratulating the winner of what she refers to as Nigeria's disastrous ballot. So, as you might have guessed, in the wake of that powerful scratch, she's been vilified by some and praised by others as a herald of truth. Well, for more about her verdict on Nigeria's presidential election, I'm suitably delighted to say that I'm joined now from our studios in Lagos by the critically acclaimed award-winning author, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Chimamanda, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and I apologize for the stress you had to go through getting to the studio. I understand it's pouring buckets in Lagos, and there's the snarling up of traffic. So thank you very much for joining us.
No, I should apologize. I should have left, knowing Lagos, of course, I should have left on time. So I should apologize.
Well, the most important thing is that you're here. So let's get straight into it, because you called the 2023 presidential election a slap to the face of the Nigerian people and insults to the collective intelligence of Nigerians. Tell us why you see it that way.
Well, I see that when I wrote that letter, because I think it's important to preserve the truth. Right. I think that when something like this happens in a country, it's really important to tell the story of what happened. One of my favorite poems has this line. It's by Robert Lowell, and it says, "And yet, why not say what happened?" So I wanted to say what happened. And what happened is that this was an election that was really unforgivably flawed. And there's evidence for that. And I felt it was important to say that. But also, I wanted to call out the US for what I consider a kind of two-facedness when it comes to Africa. So, the US has a long history of complicity in, sort of non-democratic elections on this continent. So recently in Congo, 2 or 3 years ago, they endorsed an election that was an absolute sham. But then the same US will turn around and criticize Congo for not being democratic. And so my point was to say, be what you say you are, right? You cannot criticize African countries for being undemocratic while at the same time endorsing something that is quite self-evidently undemocratic.
Well, that's a good point. But just delving deeper into your letter, you were quite categorical in saying that the electoral process was imperiled not by technical shortcomings, but by deliberate manipulation. Is there enough evidence in your assessment to support that claim?
Yes, and I think maybe the most glaring is that we Nigerians all saw these mutilated election sheets, right? We all saw them. We saw polling unit agents talking about how what they had from the polling unit was not what was then announced formally, officially, or uploaded formally, officially. And I think for me, that's a really striking reason and an example of how this election was not about technical glitches. And can we also realize that Nigeria is full of very bright young people in tech? There's no reason for that excuse of technical glitch. And the other question then is, if it was a technical glitch, why was it possible for most people to upload the results of the other federal elections, but not the presidential? And I think most of all is that there's just been this resounding unfortunate silence from INEC and from the chair of INEC. I think Nigerians deserve the respect of an institution that's supposed to shepherd their democracy. So nobody's come out to explain to Nigerians how that happened. There's a statement about technical glitches. It's unconvincing. And knowing how much hope and trust that Nigerians invested in this election, knowing that Nigeria is a low-trust society, means, I think, that if people really are sincere and there's really nothing to hide, then you make an extra effort to go out and explain to Nigerians what happened.
Yes, that certainly makes a lot of sense to a lot of people. But in reacting to your letter, and some of the things that you said in it, the APC have suggested that you were not in Nigeria during the election and you did not vote, and therefore should not make categorical statements about an election you did not witness. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I don't think it's very useful criticism. I should say, first of all, that I've never been fazed by criticism. I mean, I wrote this, of course, knowing fully well that there would be criticism from certain quarters. And I've seen a few things people have sent to me, and it's kind of been amusing to read the juvenile fulminations of non-juvenile people. But that said, I actually did try very hard. And I should say, I have two homes. I have a home here in Lagos. I have a home in the US. I'm very often here. I tried very hard to get my PVC. And the reason I tried very hard is because I had been assured that technology would save us, right? That it had worked in Osun, worked in Ekiti, and I think in Anambra, that it would save us. And so I really tried. And we should also talk about how difficult it was to collect PVCs and how that in itself is a form of voter disenfranchisement. And so I had done the first part, but then I couldn't collect my PVC. And so, yes, did not vote. But my not voting does not mean that I cannot comment on an election. I'm a Nigerian citizen. Every Nigerian citizen has a right to have an opinion about this election. And so when people say that Beavers walked, but IREF didn't walk, which is sort of a way of countering the accusation that the technology was manipulated, really the response is both have to work for the election to be credible. Right? So Beavers was about making sure that we didn't have ghost voters, that people who were actually there voted. But that it defeats the purpose if you then do not upload the results, because those results that you have sort of you've made sure that real people voted, but then those real results, we can't see them in real time. We cannot see them as Professor Yakubu Mahmoud said. He said, and I'm going to quote because I've read this so many times, that the public will be able to view the polling unit results as soon as elections are finalized on election day. Right? So I think that's a really important thing to talk about and to address with the Nigerian people. The Electoral Act says that INEC, gave INEC the legal backing to have electronic transmission of results, and did say in a format that INEC would decide. And we know that format because the chair of INEC told us what the format would be when he said that these results would be uploaded at the end of voting from the polling units. And that was not done. And it seems to me strange to sort of deflect from that important issue and talk about how someone, is not in Nigeria and how... those are not the points. The point is what happened. What happened?
Well, absolutely. And I suppose that is also the crux, to some extent, of the legal challenges that are ongoing at the moment in court. But in their sort of rather caustic response to that letter that you wrote to Mr. Biden, you mentioned Mahmoud Yakubu there. The Tinubu team have suggested that you may face a lawsuit over an allegation contained in your letter that Mr. Tinubu may have compromised the chairman of INEC, Mahmoud Yakubu, although you also point out that there is no evidence of the astronomical US dollar amount he is rumored to have received from the president-elect. Are you worried about the possibility of a lawsuit?
No, and I'm not worried at all. Again, I think that these are things that try to deflect from what is really important and what is at stake. It would be very useful if people could point out what is untrue in the letter. Right, so I think it's important, we talk about, we all know these stories of people who complained about, how we voted at the polling unit is not what we're seeing reflected in the results. All of those stories, which, yes, they're anecdotes, but I think they give us useful insight into what happened in that election. In a way, it becomes a kind of, all of those anecdotes together become a kind of tidal wave of truth-telling. And I think that the rumors surrounding this election are part of the story of this election. If you leave a gap in information, people will try to fill that gap. It's how human minds work. Mm-hmm. And again, like I said, our country is such a low trust society. And we're so desperate to believe in something. And then we believe in this election. It doesn't work out well. And nobody gives us a convincing reason. So, of course, people are going to rumor about, people being compromised. Also, our political landscape is steeped in people being compromised. So I'm not worried about that. I think that any fair-minded person in this country who's honest will acknowledge that these rumors are circulating. I said very clearly there is no evidence for them, but I do think it's important to say in the story of this election that many people are starting to think that what explains what happened is this compromising.
Yes, and of course, you supported Peter Obi, the candidate of the Labour Party in that election. He, according to the official results, came third, and we've seen a number of spokesmen from the APC suggesting that you were supporting your sort of tribesmen, to use a rather sort of old term. But in that context, what do you make of the polarization of the ethnic divisions that appear to be deepening as a result of this election? Do you see ethnicity as being politicized? If so, how dangerous is that in your assessment?
Well, to address the first part, and you're right, tribesman is such an outdated and strange expression, which I think also says something about whoever is using it, right? I think that kind of accusation is a practice of what psychologists call projecting. So you're doing something, but then you accuse someone else of doing it, even though they're not. I did not support Peter Obi because he's Igbo as I am. I'm a person who does not take positions lightly. And so while I very much admire Peter Obi, respect him, there are many other Igbo men who I admire and respect, and I would never vote for them for president because I just don't think they would make good presidents. And so my support for Peter Obi is actually rooted in real things. It's rooted in my faith in his ability. And actually, I got to know him. I got to know Peter Obi years ago when he came to pay homage to my parents, because he had heard that my father was the first professor of statistics in Nigeria and that my mother had retired as the first female registrar of the University of Nigeria. And so this man just sort of arrived and said he wanted to pay homage. And I was very impressed by that because it showed me how much he values education. And then he becomes governor of Anambra State, and he takes Anambra State to number 1 in education. And I remember being very impressed by the story of how he had given his personal phone number to all of the senior prefects in secondary schools in Anambra, which I think also showed me that he's interested in what ordinary people think, right? You don't just want to hear from the administrators, you want to hear from the students about what's really happening. And his focus on insecurity, he really tackled kidnapping in Anambra. And I also remember that he really sort of clashed with the Anambra elite when he was tackling insecurity and kidnapping. And that showed me that he's quite decisive. He even has a bit of a stubborn streak. He's very focused on things. And so that's really why I support him. So this idea of sort of ethnicity is just really, again, I think it's a way of deflecting. Let's focus on what really matters. It's unfortunate that, and can I just say that I think that it's only one part of the political spectrum that is politicizing ethnicity. And I think it's very unfortunate. I don't think most people in Nigeria really care about ethnicity as much as they care about having a country that works. We want good leadership. We want the hospitals and the schools and the roads to be good. And and that affects everyone. Igbo, Yoruba, Ijaw, it affects everyone.
Yes, again, people would agree with that assessment from you. But I wonder if I might change direction slightly and get your thoughts on the Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka's assertion on Arise News about reactions to the election results by the Labour Party's vice presidential candidate, Yusuf Dati Baba Ahmed, comments which Professor Soyinka described as fascistic. I mean, do you see that as part of the demonization of Mr. Obi and his running mate, as some have suggested, or do you agree that Dati Baba Ahmed went, or rather overstepped the bounds, and Professor Soyinka was in that regard justified to call him to order? I mean, I know you hold, or at least you have held, Mr. Soyinka in high esteem.
I still do. I have a lot of love for Professor Soyinka. I admire him. I respect him as a thinker, as a writer. I think everyone should read The Man Died. And Ake, his memoir, is beautiful, right? But at the same time, I disagree very strongly with him about this particular issue. And actually, because I respect Professor Soyinka so much, I went back and watched the interview. I had watched it when it aired initially, but I went back and watched it because I thought, am I missing something? And I think fascist is a really strong word. Fascist actually often makes me think of Mussolini's Italy. But I think we use it now, sort of to address this kind of authoritarianism that's often populist and right-wing, like in Hungary and even the former American president. And when you look at those situations, you can see why they have been termed fascist. And I did not see any reason that Mr. Dati Baba Ahmed's interview would have been termed fascist. I think he was making a very strongly felt point about the elections. What he was saying, which again I thought seemed fairly reasonable, is that if our democracy is rooted in our constitution, and you then swear in a person who's been elected unconstitutionally, then you are in fact ending democracy. I think it's quite a reasonable position. Of course, we can argue about what that bit in the Constitution means, right? And I'm actually grateful for this whole election period because it's made me read things I probably never would have, such as the Nigerian Constitution, and also made me have quite a few suggestions for editing. But anyway, I think now we're talking about what does "and" mean. Right. So Mr. Dati Baba Ahmed is saying that it's 2/3 and the FCT and that's separate. And it's a reasonable argument. And is a conjunction. We use it in that context often to mean plural. Right. So we say Aisha and Yemi are coming. And we don't say Aisha and Yemi is coming. That's because they're two separate things, two separate entities. And of course, the court will interpret, but I don't think it's unreasonable for educated Nigerians who can read and who know what the word "and" means to make their own interpretations and to argue it. And of course, the fact that the Labour Party is in court means that they do not believe that this election is constitutional. And so I just didn't I didn't quite see why it would be termed fascist. I mean, I think a charitable way of reading Professor Shoyinka's comment is that Professor Shoyinka himself, I think it's fair to say that he is not given to restraint in language in general. And so maybe that's where that word fascist came from. However, I have suggestions for what we could use fascist for. We could use fascist for INEC. Because as it is right now, many Nigerians feel deeply cheated by INEC, deeply disenfranchised by INEC. And there's an authoritarianism, which obviously is the basis of fascism, at the center of manipulating an election. Because what you're doing is you're gagging people, you're forcibly taking away their voice. That is fascist. Fascist is all of the violence that happened during the elections. Fascist is the way that some people remain silent about that violence. Fascist is a government that hasn't come out to address the very tangible and palpable discontent in this country. I think that and when I say that we can use fascist for INEC, what I mean is the fact that so many of us, including myself, are convinced that this was not in any way technological glitch. I think that Professor Yakubu had an opportunity for heroism, and I think he wasted it spectacularly. Because he could very easily have become the hero of not just Nigerians, but Africa, because so many Africans are watching. They were so inspired by what happened before this election, the obedient movement. And so, I also think that the president, President Buhari, missed an opportunity for heroism, maybe his last chance at heroism, because Nigerians do not feel that I think Nigerians felt before the elections that he meant well and meant to support credible elections. I don't think many Nigerians think that now. Right. And I wish that he had taken a page from former president.
Very briefly, because we're out of time.
He was a really good man, a moral man.
Right. Just literally 10 seconds. The opposition parties are challenging the election in court. Do you think they'll get a fair hearing?
I hope they will. I think there's reason to doubt that because the Supreme Court has had rulings that just did not make a lot of sense to most people. And so there's reason to worry, but I'm hopeful. I'm generally hopeful. So I'm optimistic that they will do the right thing and that people will get justice.
I'm really sorry I had to interrupt you to end the program, but unfortunately we're out of time. I could talk to you forever, but thank you very much indeed for taking the time to come and...
Hey! Oh, my home. Where shall I see my home? Hey! God punish you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. God punish you people APC. It can never be well. You see, you people that have bastardized education in Nigeria, it can never be well to people. It can never be well with you people. Till your 10th generation, they will suffer. Their ringtone will be, I suffer.
Imagine you're in a room and Chimamanda finished speaking and they tell you, well, we present to you the president of Nigeria, and it starts with a town hall. Different. Like, can you imagine the level of intellect he displayed? And you're going to say, where's the president of Nigeria? And they point to that guy. And you're looking at, you even look at the person. If you're a foreigner, if you're an alien and you don't know anything about the planet Earth, and you just watch him Amanda speak, and they say, well, this is the person, the president-elect.
That is our president.
You be like, are you guys okay? Like, are you people without
no,
even knowing?
Otuma, what you think? Otuma, you would think that maybe there's only one Chimamanda and the rest of Nigeria are like that guy.
I swear. Like, forget the drug, forget everything. Just let him speak and let her speak, and they tell you that's our president. You'll be like, wait a minute, this person is this person's president? You guys don't know what you're doing. Planet Earth. I don't need to colonize you guys. How?
Vawulence, if you want Chimamanda to become on the violence space, please let me see some emotions. Let me see some emojis.
You want to break the internet?
I hope she Arise TV don't budget 5 million for one side.
we go pay.
My own concern at DSS.
If you want Chimamanda to come on the violence space, let me see some emojis, please.
There's nothing they can't hear. There's some people they cannot touch. They cannot touch Chimamanda.
I won't die.
But when their own madness reach, even they like, wait, imagine this one is don't let us do ourselves. DSS,
you want touch global icon? You they mad? You they mad?
Do you know who will start trending hashtag for her? It's Obama. Michelle Obama. They should even try it.
I beg.
They should try it.
APC, Chimamanda is in Lagos. Arrest her with DSS.
DSS carry Chimamanda.
APC, we dare you. APC, we dare you.
We dare you people.
Do it.
Bornless cowards. Foolish people. Criminals.
Bastards.
Let us see people. Nonsense people. Can't touch her. Touch her, make her no say, water don't pass, Gary. Fucking criminals. You fucking have bastardized education. In 8 years, 2 years of our 8 years, we spent it on strike. All our young boys, you have turned into Yahoo boys. All our young girls, you have turned into prostitutes, runs girls, up and down. Fucking animals. You've done all your plans to destroy this country. Look at this woman speaking. Who will not be proud that this is your sister or your mother or your brother or your family member? How can you hear to my mother speak and you're not proud of going to school? For God's sake. You make us say, you see small young boys saying education a scam. School a scam. What the fuck is wrong with these bastards? It can never be well with any of you in APC. I said it with my chest. You cannot support APC and you will die. You will not die well. You know if you die well. You cannot end well. You cannot. Much my mother, God bless you, I beg. She's in Lagos. DSS. Oya, oh. Now we don't go school.
Sir, that's how you know someone that has balls. She went to Lagos to do an interview. She could have easily called in live from her house in the US. She's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Come and catch me. I'm in the city.
Our chief Odelue. Chief, I hope I pronounce the title well for the chief and her fellow chiefs here. Otumba, did I pronounce her title well? Chief Odelue. Odelua. Yes. All right, guys, let's open the floor. Thank you for your patience. We are back. Let's share the space. Let's get into the program right now. Zos, please, you do us the honors. Honestly, I'm blown away. But before I open the space, guys, please, we need everyone on the platform right now. Over 1,000 of you on the platform. Let us make tweets with Bola Tinubu. You know, I explained something on the last space. I said they have our hashtag. That Tinubu is a drug dealer. Stop using it, please. Stop it. Whether I use it for 1 million times, it will not trend anymore. We have made it full now because Uberfacts said, let me read Uberfacts. Let me be saying I may talk. Uberfacts. Let me, because this book I want to do is we're not quoting. So let me quote from Uberfacts. Where is that Uberfacts?
Daily Loud sweet pass.
Uberfacts say yesterday, worldwide Google searches for Bola Ahmed Tinubu was 200% times higher than usual. So please, guys, everybody on the platform, let us make it go 200,000 times higher today. Everybody on the platform, make tweets right now with Bola Tinubu. His full name now, please. Bola Tinubu is a drug dealer and Bola Tinubu for prison. Please, Bola Tinubu is a drug dealer and Bola Tinubu for prison. Let's make bomb tweets. All our big handles on the platform, please do this for us. Let us freaking trend this fucking criminal. Let him know that there's no hiding place for him. Since, I asked this question again, since Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Peter's case came out, have you seen Bola Ahmed Tinubu in public space? Who don't see him? Oh, nobody know where he did. He wants to dodge and reach me. It will not happen. God,
he don't hide. Let him come and answer his case.
God no go agree. Please, guys, and please, everybody on the platform, make tweets for us with Bola Tinubu is a drug dealer and Bola Tinubu for prison. And with that, I yield the mic to my brothers Zos and Otumba. Please, Zos, help us connect the space. Let our speakers speak. Let's get this program going. Good evening.
Good evening once again, my brother Saddam, Otumba, and all the violence stars of the space. Omo, for somebody to be an international best-selling author, you know she must have been criticized by the best of the best.
Zos, no verse, please. Just 1 minute, please.
Oh, yeah, good.
It gets something to come my head now. I just want to talk about it. No verse. When I begin the born, if I born 4 girls, I will name the first one Chimamanda 1. Second one Chimamanda 2. The third one Chimamanda 3. Fourth one Chimamanda 4. So when I call you, I say,
why you steal my children's name? Why?
You for run out Elon Musk style, Chimamanda 2.0. Oh my gosh. I said she's used to criticism. And then for them to be coming in her words with juvenile criticism. When somebody don't go thief or pause, when you catch her, you go say, no. I just want to check the color of the tomato, whether it red or it be black. That's why my hand was inside the pot. That's the kind of criticism that our people, who supposedly siphon billions of naira from this same Bola Ahmed Tinubu, are coming out here to come and criticize Chimamanda. She does not have.
I like the source you took as showing. Some people were quiet when election violence was happening. But they can come up in their mouth and talk about fascists.
Exactly. Look at how the violence was widespread. People died. Has anybody ever heard of a US-UK elections or Australian election that they say one person died? One person. That, a shot was fired. And I was even looking at the Nigerian police code of conduct. Do you know that these bastards are supposed to use force? That's one of the criteria for them using force. When somebody is trying to snatch a ballot, when somebody is trying to destroy or disrupt election, that is when they are authorized to use force. But they will look at an innocent citizen on the road because he's wearing Gucci belt, he has dada dreads, they will be slapping the person and they will fire bullets at the person. But election materials are being vandalized and they are escorting the people that are coming to vandalize our elections. Omo, APC, you go collect woto porously this time around. I swear to Almighty God, because we not go allow you now. We'll drag you people by the scrotum. For those that know what that means. Welcome to Violence Space once again, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to call on Nina, and I'll go straight to my brother, well-meaning Nigeria. Nina, the space is yours. 5 minutes, please. I'm prepared to speak on topic always to everybody that's on the speaker section. Thank you. And also, lastly, before you go, Nina, please notice the wave emoji. Please notice the wave emoji. Once it's up, you know that you are supposed to round up. Thank you, Nina. The space is yours.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Saddam. Thank you, Otumba, Zos. I see Cecil is in here. Good evening, everybody. I requested for the mic when Saddam was talking about someone sending him a press release by INEC, with talking about how they are going to conduct the elections and all that. But one thing that is interesting is, apart from that press release on the 11th of February, on the 7th of February, INEC had tweeted a detailed statement on how the elections were going to be conducted. And incidentally, if that statement that is credited to them today is true, then they shot themselves on the foot, because number 17 of that tweet that they made, the thread, if you go through there, except they deleted it earlier today, maybe from afternoon, because I went through and I saw it in the morning. If truly they tweeted that and they came out today, what it means is they have contradicted themselves, because they had clearly stated and they quoted sections in the 2022 electoral law that makes it mandatory for them to upload the polling unit results. So I just wanted to speak to that before I get onto the topics. I think one of the best things, the highlight of my day, is listening to Chimamanda tonight. And when she did that Igbo girl laugh, there's this laugh we call the Igbo girl laugh, where you do the that means that thing is ridiculous. When the interviewer asked her about the lawsuit and she did the Igbo girl laugh, I'm like, oh yeah, she's in the spirit, she got it. Because she told the truth. APC can try. See the stupid. I don't even know how to like phrase it. The response to the petition, it was just about, P2B is not doesn't have the locus standi to, like, really, they should speak to the prayers in that petition if they honestly know that they have a case. They don't have a case. And let's just keep pressuring the judiciary, tweeting things, highlighting the facts. Let's not get carried away, because I think it was Saddam or Tumba that talked about earlier about us. Okay, Saddam talked about us keeping the tweet alive. Bola Tinubu is a drug dealer. They are just trying to let us focus on the petition response to get that to die down. I don't think we should let that happen. And please, whatever we do, let's pressure the judiciary, let them know. And as much as possible, let's keep writing the foreign consulates and reps as much as we can, the media, journalists, to get them to keep their eyes on it, because it's not a big deal for them, it's a big deal for us, but we can make it a big deal for them. Thank you so much, everybody. I'd like to yield.
Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you so much. All right, well-meaning Nigerian.
Yes, thank you, my very respected elder brother.
No, say Peter Obi, they use that one to enter people.
Wait, as in, see, I'm literally blown away. I have a special love for intelligent people, but I don't know. I think Chimamanda crossed and broke that threshold. I'm alone in this room. You needed to see me. I have a feeling the angels in heaven would have been looking at me during that time and would just be laughing because I literally was clapping, jump, like running up, literally. I'm blown away. And Saddam, I don't know which one you are with me. I've said it. If I give birth to a boy, or I don't even care if Chimamanda is a girl's name. If I give birth to a boy, I will name her Chimamanda. And I know, even if they are laughing for school, in fact, I call Sabi. See, I don't know how APC wants to deal with the problem on their hand because the amount of intelligence it takes to deal with someone like Chimamanda, it doesn't exist. I would have said in the APC, I don't even think it exists a lot in Nigeria. And those set of people, they cannot be in the APC, not anywhere close. So it's a don't God. See, I know some of us watched that entire interview, maybe on Vawulence Space. After Vawulence Space, I will advise you, go and watch the video. You needed to see the calmness. You know when they say someone is cool, calm, and collect. Make I not call it Chimamanda, forget it now. This thing. Anyway, I'm literally blown away. Literally, and I'm not even joking. Literally. I want to just tell Obedient, let me tell you. APC, Tinubu, they know. Let me just tell you guys. They know that this is a lost cause they are fighting. I will have somewhere, let me even tell you, I have a strong feeling in my mind that APC is currently fighting to see if they can get the courts to order for a re-election. I feel like they are currently trying to do that. Because I thought about it recently. The reason why they are trying to stoke some form of ethnic issue a lot is really because they want so that by the time, if they can manage, if they are lucky enough to get the courts to settle for that and they still contest, they want to try to reduce Peter Obi's. So maybe people that they felt like, oh, I'd voted Peter Obi before, or if we poke this ethnic. APC is technically preparing for another election. Believe me, APC, let me tell you, they know they've lost this case. This is a lost cause, literally lost. They don't have a case. And let me tell you the only strategy they can do now, and I'm saying it so that you people will know, so that people will not be, is that the only thing they can do now is to attempt to discourage obedience. So APC can come today and fake any lie and say they can fake anything. The entire aim is not really to, they know it will not stand in court, they know it will not stand. Today I was seeing news about federal government, and believe me, a lot of these media houses are part of it. The federal government and say Peter Obi should come and explain. I read that news. It was not federal government. It was not Lai Mohammed that was just somewhere and was talking on his own. Believe me, guys, and I'm telling you guys, don't be see. If you discourage now, you lose. If anything discourages you, now you lose. Anything you see from APC, now lie. Even INEC now lie. I want to just say this straightforward so people will understand it. Of course, we know what is the issues. The issues are simple. We've been saying this all along. The issues are simple. The issue is that Bola Tinubu had a case that is related to drug. It's a drug dealer. One. The issue is that 25% in FCT as K-leg. There's a problem there. We might leave it for Supreme Court. It's a problem too. And we see that knows they're teaching us today. What means? We don't used to say Ngozi and Amaka. Ngozi, I know you are here. Ngozi and Amaka is going. The next it was a female before, it's now male. That's the issue. The issue is that INEC did not follow guidelines, and that's what I will talk about before I raise the mic. The other issue is that Shettima had double nomination. I saw people today be panicking about what APC was releasing, and I was like, are you people? Nigerians, I don't understand now sometimes. APC today was releasing, oh, Peter Obi purchased Labour Party fund, this and that. I was just laughing. They are not even smart. APC was supposed to respond to petition. They are talking about another thing. It doesn't like say teacher say, oh, they say you stole money. Did you steal it? APC is saying, I stole it, but this person, I also think he stole money too. That's what APC responded to. And you people are here. So people today were scared. There were a lot of rigging. I'm just going to say this. On the Electoral Act, and I'm saying this so that people will learn. So that anything, because I feel like a lot of the time, when APC comes to the timeline to bamboozle people with all these things, because people did not go and read, they'll just easily feel like, oh, be like it's true. Hey, a lot of people start to panic. See, even INEC is lying. INEC is lying. On the Electoral Act, it is simple. On section 50, INEC was supposed to create an electoral guideline. Just I can see you, and I'll just quickly round up soon. INEC was supposed to create an electoral guideline. And I know the lady just now was trying to talk about, oh, INEC tweet. I don't know why people are going to INEC tweet. You don't even need to go to INEC tweet. Let me read the INEC guideline for you. INEC guideline. INEC guideline on their section 38, put it there. It said on completion of the election, blah, 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 electronically transmitted results. He talked about it. Then let me go to where he now talked about how collation will be done. And I want to read it so that you will hear. Because the truth is that, believe me, INEC was not going to, you want INEC to now come out and say, oh, LP is right. They will not say it now. Everybody wants to defend themselves as well, but they know they are lying. On section 48 of INEC guideline, and by the extension of Electoral Act, INEC guideline is also a law. He said, an election result shall only be collated if the collation officer ascertains that the number of accredited voters with the number recorded in the BVAS and the vote scored on the result sheet is correct and agrees with the result electronically transmitted as prescribed in this regulation. If you go up, you will see INEC's prescription. This is INEC guideline. I don't know what I'm going to do. INEC will just call everybody say, hey, like, see, now lie. Make I just tell now. The only thing they want to just do is just to make people feel like, oh, it's discouraged. This is a lost cause. Believe me. Be like we're going to do fundraiser for some other things now, because when I don't forget, this case, the list, if APC gets that court, say they should do election again, APC is lucky.
My brother, sorry, Nigeria. APC, this is what you're going to say. It is not possible for a re-election with you. How will a drug dealer? Drug dealer will run for election again. They cannot. That means everything. The whole court process is a sham now. How can you? I try to admit that the drug dealer they will allow drug dealer to run for election. If INEC did not do that job, these people will do the job. The court's work is not to say whether we not allow drug dealers to run for election. And we'll go bring out them hush puppy, them Evans. Everybody leave the jail and come and run for election. That's what it means. So the court, that is the number one part. Said that is not any re-election run again. APC cannot be on it.
See, Saddam, that's what Abakuba was even saying. That Abakuba was saying that if we don't need to get to election before we see that APC have, like, we don't even need to get to election result. No way that say tribunal. If they judge only the first set of case, the drug, the fake false certificate, before we will reach election matter, APC don't knock them come on. And this evidence are too obvious for even a biased court. And last, let me just say this, and I'm saying this straight to the judiciary. I like what Chimamanda said, and it has been my position. I think I said this a lot on this place. I said, what was going to happen in Nigeria during that election, and is still going to happen now, is there will be heroes and there will be villains. Like Chimamanda said, it's so unfortunate for Yakubu. Yakubu had an opportunity to be a hero in Nigeria. He missed it. It's so unfortunate for Buhari. Buhari had an opportunity, very golden opportunity, to literally his last opportunity to be a hero in Nigeria. He missed it. Judiciary, it is your opportunity. If you also miss it, or here is your case. One thing is certain, after this, Nigeria will not remain the same. Is that you are on the good side or you are on the bad side? But last, Nigeria will not remain the same. That's just one thing that is certain. And I hear the mic.
Thank you very much, my brother. 1 minute Nigerian. All right, let's take Dr. Nasser, and then we'll go to Stanley. Dr. Nasser and Stanley.
Yeah, thank you, Zeus and Tumba and Mia Saddam for this opportunity again. I think I'm very happy this evening, first of all, for listening to Chimamanda. His submission, I'm happy again he reiterated the fact that nobody has been able to point to anything in his letter that is not true. So she also came up to say the minds of many Nigerians. Everybody, what she said today in that studio is the position of every well-meaning Nigeria. So for the APC response, I'm thinking that the first response where they are trying to say that P2B is not part of I think that does not make sense to me, because if they want to file a case that is not qualified, the time for that has passed. So they are just wasting their time making that statement. So for the drug thing, they refuse to mention it and they call it civil forfeiture. And for me personally, I think they miss the interpretation or the meaning of civil forfeiture, because it is quite clear that it is something that is related to crime. For me, as well-meaning Nigeria has said, APC has lost this case. They don't have anything to say. That is why they were able to be running from pillar to post, talking everything that is unrelated at all, and making some defense. You can imagine how can they say that even the forfeiture is not meant for Tinubu himself, but for his own account. I don't know how ridiculous they are, and I don't know how they think in that APC. Just like Saddam said, that APC people, it seems that they don't have required cognitive ability to even engage in their response to the court proceedings. So for me, I think obedience should be happy, because what we have is a watertight petition. I don't know how else they will run away from all of this. And for the INEC chairman, I think what he was saying actually is that there is no electronic collation of results. Yeah, but I know, as everyone of us is aware, we have read the Electoral Act, and the Electoral Act specifically said that there will be a transmission, electronic transmission. So let's see how it goes. And we believe we should be happy, and we keep pushing. We are going to win this. We are almost there. I know that it is going to take a very long process, but we are going to come out victoriously at the end of the day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nasser. We will remain steadfast, we will remain resolute with their lame duck responses that they give